Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, okay, today is the day I get my life together, only to find yourself an hour later, knee-deep in YouTube rabbit holes, eating cereal straight from the box, and wondering if you can microwave coffee again? Yeah, we've all been there. Self-improvement sounds like such a grand idea, but when it comes to actually doing it, somehow everything else suddenly becomes urgent, like cleaning out that junk drawer you haven't touched in 3 years. But what if today, yes, today, could be different? Not in some life-altering, sell all your stuff and move to Bali kind of way, but in small, steady, powerful ways. Because that's the thing. Real self-improvement doesn't come from grand gestures or Pinterest-worthy planners. It comes from the simple stuff, the boring, unsexy things you do consistently. The good news is you can start right now. And no, you don't need to read 12 books on productivity to get started. Trust me, I've tried. The only thing I produced was a very organized reading list I never finished. Improving yourself isn't about overhauling your entire existence in one dramatic montage, though wouldn't that be cool, with music and everything? It's about the small, sometimes invisible choices you make day after day, like choosing to get out of bed instead of hitting snooze for the fifth time, or deciding to eat something green that didn't come from a food dye factory. The first step to improving yourself today is deceptively simple. Pay attention. Sounds easy, right? But most of us are on autopilot so often, we forget what it's like to actually be in our own lives. We wake up, scroll, shower, maybe, work, scroll some more, eat, scroll again, then fall asleep wondering where the day went. If you want to improve your life, the first thing to do is just notice it. Take a moment and ask yourself, what am I doing right now and why? The power of awareness is like flipping on the lights in a room you've been stumbling through in the dark. Suddenly you see the obstacles, you see the opportunities, and maybe you finally notice that suspicious smell coming from your laundry basket. Awareness helps you make choices that align with who you actually want to be instead of the default settings you've been operating on since 2012. Once you're paying attention, the next best thing you can do is stop being such a jerk to yourself. Seriously, that little voice in your head that tells you you're lazy or not good enough or that everyone else has it all figured out, that voice is a liar, a persuasive, persistent liar with a flair for drama. You'd never talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself, and if you did, you'd probably have fewer friends. So today, practice being kinder to yourself, not in a cheesy, stare in the mirror and recite affirmations until you cry kind of way. Though hey, if that works for you, go for it. Just start by not immediately judging yourself for every tiny mistake. You spilled coffee? Welcome to the club. You forgot that thing you were supposed to do? It happens. You didn't work out again? Okay, cool. You're still worthy of love and Netflix. Another tiny monumental thing you can do today. Do one hard thing on purpose. Just one. It doesn't have to be life-changing. Fold the laundry. Answer that awkward email. Go for a walk even though you'd rather become one with the couch. When you deliberately do hard things, you build this quiet kind of confidence. The kind that doesn't come from motivation or inspiration or having the right playlist. It comes from proving to yourself over and over that you can do hard things. And no, you don't need to feel like doing it. That's a trap. If we all waited to feel like doing something before we did it, humanity would have never invented taxes, dental floss, or going to the gym. The truth is, feelings are fickle. They're like squirrels on espresso. You can't always rely on them to lead the way. So don't wait to feel ready. Just pick one thing, do it, and let your feelings catch up later. Also, let's talk about rest. Because yes, working hard and pushing yourself is great, but have you tried not burning out and spiraling into an existential crisis? It's pretty nice. Rest isn't just lying on the couch watching reruns, though that has its place. Real rest is intentional. It's stepping back and asking, what does my body need? What does my brain need? Sometimes it's sleep, sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's dancing in your kitchen like nobody's watching, which, let's be honest, they probably aren't, unless you forgot to close the curtains. Improving yourself today might mean putting down your phone and actually calling someone you care about, or saying no to something you don't have the bandwidth for. It might mean writing for 10 minutes even if you think what you're writing is garbage, or drinking water like you're not a sentient cactus. These small acts matter, not because they look good on a checklist, but because they create momentum. Momentum is everything. When you start doing one small good thing, your brain goes, hey, Maybe we're the kind of person who does good things now. It's psychological sleight of hand. You do a thing, then you become the person who does that thing. Not the other way around. You don't wait until you are disciplined to start being disciplined. You start by doing the thing, and yes, you will mess up. You'll fall into old patterns. You'll procrastinate. You'll binge watch something deeply questionable at 2 a.m. and wonder how you got there. It's okay. Improving yourself doesn't mean being perfect. It means returning again and again to the person you want to be. It means forgiving yourself faster. It means laughing at your own nonsense and getting back up anyway. Because here's the secret. Self-improvement isn't a finish line. It's not a project you complete and file away. It's a way of living, a mindset, a willingness to keep showing up even when you'd rather stay under the covers. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take the next right step. Then the one after that, and the one after that. So what can you do today to improve yourself? You can start small. You can choose awareness. You can practice kindness, especially toward yourself. You can do one hard thing. You can rest. You can reach out. You can drink a glass of water, for crying out loud. You can make your bed. You can forgive yourself. You can decide right now that you don't have to stay stuck. You can write one page, walk one block, meditate for 1 minute, send one message. You don't need to change everything. Just something, one thing, one choice at a time. That's how mountains move. So yeah, you could scroll past this and go back to watching videos of goats in pajamas, which are, admittedly, fantastic. Or you could take this as your sign, not to overhaul your life, but to step into it a little more fully, a little more intentionally, to start becoming who you were always meant to be, starting today.